The comment came about 10 minutes after MPPs assembled for question period.
Why don't you come and join us to support the people of Ontario for once, rather than just sit there and criticize and criticize. You know, it's like listening to nails on a chalkboard, listening to you.
I'm going to remind all members to make their comments through the chair.
Speaker, this Premier always goes to the worst places when he doesn't like the questions that the opposition is asking, but we're going to keep asking them on behalf of Ontarians.
Response on social media was more harsh. Liberal leader Stephen Del Duca called for an apology. Misogynistic rhetoric like this has no place in the Ontario legislature. For it to be hurled by a premier is unthinkable.
There's no space for personal attacks in our legislature, and it was unacceptable. What he said was unacceptable, and he needs to apologize.
I thought the Premier's language was misogynistic and unacceptable, and he should unequivocally apologize. Using that kind of language in response and as a way to put down a female politician just isn't acceptable.
On social media, Horwath had a message for women. Don't let anyone try to tell you you don't belong at Queen's Park.
I think he owes the people of Ontario an apology. I mean, this kind of behaviour from a Premier is wholly inappropriate.
But Education Minister Stephen Lecce said the language the Premier used was not unusual for Queen's Park.
Look, I think in the legislature there is often heated moments that I think happen on all sides.
CHCH asked whether the Premier had a response to the criticism and calls for an apology, and his spokesperson responded, "The Premier condemns any and all forms of misogyny and sexism." Lisa Hepfner, CHCH News.